Welcome to Talk Purpose and Truth with Eden and Kim, shifting you into higher consciousness, the show that elevates, uplifts, and encourages listeners to grow, heal, awaken, and evolve. Eden and Kim include bold topics, special interviews with inspiring guests, intuitive readings, channeled messages from beyond, including celebrities, hot topics to expand your awareness, and time for questions from the audience. Tune in for unprecedented truth, authenticity, on-purpose discussions, and magical moments.
So we have Jami Marseille, and I feel so excited because I've known her for years and I have a lot of mutual friends with her, and so I feel very connected to her. So we finally got her on the show. I've been trying, but she's so busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read a little bit about her because it's so important. Before we end up asking her questions, you have to hear what her story is. So Jami Marseille, in a story of sheer endurance and survival, Jami Marseille survived living in a car for an unthinkable 11 days during a terrible snowstorm in a desolate area of northern Arizona. Finally rescued by snowmobilers, she lost both of her legs due to frostbite. Slowly, she realized that exercise was also a key to her life, and she eventually excelled in running sprints. She is currently the only woman bilateral below the knee amputee to finish a marathon. She has finished 6.5 marathons and 6 half marathons and 2 marathons. On October 11, 2015, she became the first bilateral below knee women amputee to finish the Chicago Marathon. And April 18, 2016, the first bilateral below knee woman amputee to finish the Boston Marathon. And she is a proud mom, wife, author, and teacher. So we're very excited and honored to have you here. Welcome, Jami.
Thanks, Kim. I'm really excited to talk with you. I feel like you said we have so many mutual friends and gone out and about in town, got to spend time together, and now we get to work together. So it's going to be a fun afternoon.
Thanks for being here. It's just like Kim said, such an honor that you are going to tell this story. I think it's so important for people to hear this. I think it's a story of adversity.
Yeah, I like that word a lot. Sometimes the word inspiring gets thrown around in different ways, and I think that, with or without prosthetics, anybody can be inspiring or motivating. We all have, I kind of go back to what my grandma said, that oomph, inside of you. It's just a matter of what you're willing to do with it. And I think in today's times, we're all living in fear.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really knows. I mean, COVID's real. Coronavirus, but do we want to give our whole lives away to it? No. I mean, I think you just have to be smart and respect everybody's decision and wear a mask. I mean, you put a seatbelt on every day.
Right.
So it's kind of a crazy time where we're living in right now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I have a first question for you, Jami. You had something very traumatic happen when you were young with the accident, and you even wrote a book. The book is amazing. Can you tell us about what happened and the book?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was 19 years old, it's, when I go around and I speak to people, I kind of start out like this. Who's ever gotten lost or taken a wrong turn? And you see lots of hands come up because everybody gets lost. But at 19 years old, I didn't realize taking a wrong turn was going to impact the rest of my life. My girlfriend and I were driving home from a ski trip, and we wound up on a desolate road that eventually got closed after we were trapped there. So we were very fortunate and grateful that on January 2nd, 1988, 2 men were snowmobiling, a man and his son, and they came and they saved our life. The last thing they expected on that road was to see someone, let alone 2 people living inside a car.
Wow. And speaking of living in the car, how did that work out? Did you guys have food? How did you go to the restroom? Like, are you okay to talk about those details?
I'm an open book. I mean, I think it's so important. I'm glad it's an adult show because, of course, my girlfriend and I both got our periods while we were in the car for 11 days.
Wow.
Why wouldn't that happen?
Of course.
It didn't last very long because our body was kind of shutting down. But Yeah, so we had to make do. I grew up in Arizona, so I wasn't much of a big camper. So, two young girls traveling 30 something years ago, what did we have with us? We didn't have water. We had Diet Pepsi because that's what you had with you.
Yeah.
We didn't have food. We ate that first day, and then our sodas froze. So the first night after we woke up, we were able to take our car keys and kind of slice open the soda can and eat that sugar water. And then to go to the bathroom, we were able to, being young girls traveling, we had Q-tips and, cotton balls, anything we could find that became a receptacle. We were able to use that, and then we dumped it outside. And then the storm was horrendous. So the first 5 days were real bad. On the 5th day, we woke up and it stopped. And Lisa and I said, we better get out of here. Nobody's come. We can't see anything. It's this white, vast wilderness. And we started to walk, and we hadn't eaten. And we got we hadn't, since that first day, maybe 30 feet, not very far. And she actually collapsed in the snow. Oh. And I looked back behind me, and she had a bloody nose, and we both were crying, and we went back to the car. Oh. And that was one of the first decisions that saved our life, because the storm stopped. So those next 7 days in the car, we were safe because we were in an enclosed environment.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. So, how did you because there was no cell phones, so how did you keep track of time?
I had a watch that had a good battery, and Lisa had a journal, and she actually wrote in her journal every day. But that's a great question, Kim, because a lot of times I'll go out and I'll do speaking, and I'll talk to the audience, and especially with children, they're like, oh, well, why didn't you use your GPS or your cell phone? And they, you think we have problems now connecting.
Right.
Right. So it wasn't part of our world. And, after I was found, I was forced to grow up pretty quick. At 19 years old, we wound up having a lawsuit against the state of Arizona because we felt they were negligent, because what happened was they closed the road without driving on it.
Wow.
And here was, do I take accountability for making a wrong turn? Absolutely. I made a wrong turn. Do I think it's my fault that I lost both my legs to frostbite? No, because if someone had checked that road before they closed the gates, they would have found us within the first 72 hours. But you can't go back and have any regrets. And, God saved my life on that mountain for so many reasons, and I'm still figuring them out each and every day.
Wow. And I feel like do you have mentally, does it still affect you today with like PTSD?
No, that's a great question. I feel like in the beginning, my biggest concern was before I agreed to the amputation, because I was 19. So I had to sign the paperwork to say, yep, let's do the surgery. My big questions were, can I get married? I mean, I was a little naive. Can I have children? Can I wear high heels? Dancing. And they answered yes to all those questions. And so I was really grateful with the support of my family and my friends. I got back into society. I was able to go back to college. The one thing that Kim mentioned in my bio is I never exercised. So it's embarrassing to say now because I have all these world records and I run marathons, but it's such a huge part of my story because I didn't enjoy it. And as you can see behind me, I got all those really cool medals, and that was all from running.
Yeah, just so for the audience, they can't see this.
Okay.
But it looks like you have at least 50 medals there. I don't know how many.
Wow.
But
thanks, Eden.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay.
Thank you. And so that had to change. And the reason it changed, and that's something that they told me in the hospitals, my therapist, is, you now need to strengthen what you have left to make up for missing your foot and your ankle and part of your calf. Because for you, life is always going to be a workout. Like when I get up off a chair or walking down the stairs or just doing anything, I'm going to exert more energy than an able-bodied person.
Right.
So I think for me, with all that support and then actually having a boyfriend in the beginning that I knew at a younger age, it kind of gave me a lot of gusto to go back in the world and share my story and see what is out there. I get to joke about it. I think humor is such an important part of who we are. And, like I tease my kids now, my own children that are high schoolers and teenagers, so they don't get the jokes. When we were little, we had fun with it, right? But, I I have removable body parts, just like a Barbie. You know, you can take your leg off and put it back on, you know. You gotta have fun with it.
Wow, that's an amazing outlook. Did you ever have times where you felt down about it though?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It was not all peaches and cream.
Okay.
There was, you know, when the first relationship I was in went sour, you know, and it didn't work out. It was just because we weren't compatible. And then going back and going back into the world and dating people and meeting them, and then maybe we break up, and you know, we all have this mind that kind of takes you crazy places. And you know, what was some of the reasons why we broke up? Was it because I have removable feet, or was it just because we weren't compatible? You know, and then even, you know, what am I going to do with my career? You know, do people look at me? I don't want pity or sorrow. I want to be able to form a friendship and be able to bring out the best in both of us. Just because I'm a little bit different visually than you, I don't want that to impact our future together, whether it was a friend or a boyfriend. And there were a lot of times. And even before I met my husband, you know, there was a lot of times dating people and it didn't work out. And, you know, I think you got to call upon your, as my daughter would say, your own squad. You know, call upon your squad. And my girlfriends I grew up with, and when you're feeling down or feeling sorry for yourself, they're going to help pick you up, you know. But I do know ultimately every day it's me. I have to wake up. I have to want to go to work. I have to want to put my prosthetics on. You know, my family's great. Everyone's wonderful. But it does fall on us as individuals to want to make those changes in the world.
Washing our hands and having good hygiene. But the mental health aspect is so huge, which it's always been, but I think this is just making everybody realize how important it is now.
And we're social creatures. We're meant to hug. I mean, we thrive on hugs and interacting and seeing each other. But first and foremost, we have to be safe. And we have, like you said, we have to learn how to live where we are right now and respect that this is something serious, and we don't know. So it's better to be smart and safe than to just run out. And, you know, I mean, I see what some of these people are doing, and it's just, I'm flabbergasted. I read something this morning. It was heartbreaking, I think in Texas.
For more information on Eden, go to edensustin.com. For more information on Kim, go to kimlifecoach.com. Make sure to follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Talk Purpose and Truth Podcast. If you loved this episode, you'll love every episode.